welcome to round 4. We have Paul and we have Nicholas. Paul won the die roll, so would you like to show your hand?
Certainly. Alrighty, so we got some of these, and we got some of these, and we're gonna be hopefully doing some of this.
Yeah, seems good.
Go ahead, Nick.
Alright. I really don't like being on the draw in this matchup, but you know, the hand's fine. It does some things. Hopefully it does enough things.
Both hands do things.
Alright, you're good?
Alrighty, ready to rumble?
Yep.
I will start by going to 18, Overgrown Tomb, play the most noble of hierarchs.
Okay.
Say go.
I will draw for the turn. I'm gonna play Windswept Teeth, go down to 19, and get a Bayou and play the most ignoble of hierarchs.
That is very fair.
The greatest matchup of them all.
You're good to go. I will have a Bayou at some point.
The hierarch beatdown.
Ooh, that is, well, that would be a good draw, but not quite.
I think I know exactly what you drew.
I have no clue, to be honest.
Alright, so here's an interesting choice. Do we develop our own board, or do we attack his? I think the answer is we develop our own. So we'll take one.
Okay.
Play Anafenza the Foremost.
What does that one even do?
So it is a 3-mana 4/4. When it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on another tapped creature you control. If a creature would be put into the graveyard from an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Incidental graveyard hate, but also a 3-mana 4/4.
Standard all-star.
So we will pass the turn.
That was
very
Rhino.
standard.
That was insane in standard.
Interesting. I'm gonna play a Polluted Delta, and I'm just gonna pass.
Alright. We will untap.
Less
Draw this card.
fast of a start, but maybe more reactive.
Good thing you put that dork on one.
Yeah.
We're gonna force his hand now. We're gonna strip mine the Bayou.
I will respond, and I will eliminate Anafenza.
Anafenza has been eliminated.
Goodbye, Bayou.
We
Who would
will
I
also
guess?
take a peek under the hood with a Thoughtseize.
Ooh, I have some things under the hood.
Alright. What are we most concerned about?
5, 15, and 19.
That seems accurate to me.
So,
Notable pretty Thoughtseize.
yes.
Very shiny.
Which of these creatures am I most worried about?
None of them do anything. I would also like to point out, I'm playing Dark Confidant not because it's particularly good in my deck, because I want to prove that Ash is a luck sack, and in the last Paperlander, or one of the last few Paperlanders, he hit like 8 lands in a row, and I'm going to hit like 8 5-drops in a row. And I'm not even on 8 5-drops.
You already have.
I'll take the Tastic or the Golden Fang.
I was about to say, you already had the best thing to have in your hand when you have a Bob is your Tassic.
Very true. And then I will smack you for 1 off an Exalted trigger.
I am at 18.
I'll pass the turn.
I'm going to fetch.
Going down to 17.
I will simply go get a Jund Triumph.
This feels like we're playing Modern from like 2015.
Oh yes, Ignoble Hierarch
Besides
2015.
Yep.
Well, I
And
mean,
then-
it's just a noble hierarch.
Yeah.
So, like, just interactive spells. Bob. Scavenging Ooze, yeah, like.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, and draw. What do I value here? I think I value playing a Volcanic Island into a Corsair.
Fair enough.
Top card is a Ragavan.
That was
The
not
monkey.
in 2015 Modern.
No, it's not. Go ahead.
Alright, come on, deck. Well, if you're not going to give me the appropriate colors of mana, I suppose
It's a painful mana base right there.
this is not a bad secondary. Liliana the Last Hope.
Sure.
That is
So I will take up, giving Ignoble Hierarch -2/-1.
He's dead.
notable good magic card.
And then I will pass the turn.
Untap.
You were down to 14, right? Because you're
Correct.
Okay.
Draw this Ragavan. Top card is a tropical island. I will play this tropical island. I will go to combat and I will attack Lily for 2.
Lily will go to 2.
Oh, sorry. Yes, top card. Ooh, did I box my deck?
No, I did that.
Oh, okay.
No, you're good.
I got worried there for a second. I was like, oh no. And because Liliana makes me sad on many levels, I'm going to play a thing that doesn't die to it.
That is very fair.
And I will pass the turn.
We'll untap. Rely on our deck once again. It is very unhappy with me today, apparently. We will tick up.
Yep.
We will target the Scavenging Ooze.
This is a 0-1.
And we will attempt to pass the turn.
Okay, end of your turn. I will exile the Anafenza, putting a counter here and gaining a life going up to 19.
Correct.
My turn.
Yes.
Untap, upkeep, draw a Blood Crypt. Chandra is on top.
We're mid-ranging.
So here's the thing. If he has a removal spell, I don't kill Lily, and that's bad for me. But if I dash Ragavan in, it doesn't actually do much. But I think he would have killed the Courser before now. So I'm going to go to combat and attack Lily for 3.
So, Scavenging Ooze is currently a 1-2.
Yes.
You
I do
have
a creature in my 2 creatures in my bin.
Okay, so I think this is worth it. I will go to 13.
Mm-hmm.
Flash in an opposition agent.
Sure.
I will attempt to move to blocks.
Yes.
I will force him to spend his mana doing this instead of potentially deploying another threat.
Yeah, I will exile my Ignoble Hierarch to grow this. Did you already do the life?
I just added one, yep.
To grow this big enough to trade.
Sure, that will trade.
Lily
I'm finding that off.
drops
Lily
down
will
to
to 1.
And then I do, unfortunately, have a run in 6, which I will play and immediately minus to finish the Lily off.
That's fine.
And I will shock a Blood Crypt in, losing 1 because of
Hmm.
Courser,
You took 1 from your land as well?
Correct.
and
So you were-
play a Ragavan.
Yup.
Go ahead.
Well, all your cards on the table.
And this one's still in my hand,
Well,
technically.
but it's, I mean,
It's on
Well,
the table.
We,
Again.
we've shifted
Yeah,
from Jund back in
Oh,
2015.
that's a-
Oh,
That's a good start right there.
well,
I will go to combat and attack you for 5.
that is
I
horrible.
have taken 5, and
Cool.
I imagine this run in 6 is
also taking 5.
also taking
Questing
5.
Beast has already won 1 game today. So.
Go ahead.
Unfortunately, he does know I have a Chandra on top, which is quite good. Murder Strider. I'm gonna play the Chandra. We're gonna hit the Questing Beast. And then we will go to combat. Go attacking for 4.
That would be a
Trigger
7.
this. I will get a treasure. That will be an exile. You wanna grab me a treasure?
Yeah.
Oh,
you're good.
And that will end my turn.
All right. We are in a bad spot, so we'll draw a card.
Oh my, yep.
Yeah, I mean, we cannot cast a spell at this point, so go.
Alright. Untap. Keep draw this Murder Strider. Top card is a Bloodstained Mire. I will play it, gaining a life. Top card is a Scalding Tarn. I'll go to combat. I will attack you for 4.
We will not block.
I'll get a second treasure.
Would you like to cast a Fleetfoot Dancer?
Yes, I will cast that.
Seems good.
And I will hold this Murder Strider back for any potential blockers. Plus this, exiling this for another 2.
So your opponent goes forward.
Top card is a Maelstrom Pulse, and I will pass it off to you.
Yep, again, we did not
Man.
draw one of our 10 fetch lands or any of our red sources in the top 15 cards of our deck.
Mana base were
Mana
really
base
not.
is-
The canopies didn't help either. They were just destroying their life total.
I'm going to give this a good pile shuffle before game 2 because this is unreal. I'm gonna say you play 10
I'm
fetch.
having I was having the opposite problem against Ezra.
What?
Drawing too many.
Oh yeah.
Well, the one game I didn't draw too many, I just died.
Yeah, I just had too many elves.
Yeah. I didn't draw my fourth one because I greeted way too hard.
Never greed. And then you'll be like me and just flood.
Now, if it was a different, if the removal spell I kept was a different one instead of the 6 mana one with Delve, then maybe it was a better choice because I could slow you down.
Yeah.
But I just kept one that I couldn't cast.
I think in Burn you made the correct decision, but if you were playing like many other decks, I personally just like keeping the lands.
Yeah, I guess I just thought I'm on the draw and 4 cards, or no, what was on the play, wasn't I?
I keep
Yeah, you were on the
thinking
play
that
game.
too, and I keep getting very severely punished.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have a 2-lander, 2 spells I can cast. Surely in 3 lands.
Surely I'll eventually draw.
I'll draw a land.
I
Oh,
figure-
reflecting pool, great.
I figure when you get flooded, at least you can just like top deck one thing and still win. But if when you're getting in a mana drought, you're just like, I can't do
Well,
anything.
it's really, I could do stuff, it just needed to be the fiery confluence.
Yeah. Yeah, you were playing creatures, just not removal for my creatures. So I was
Well, there
just
was
like,
one that was removable, it just wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I mean, you just didn't lose that.
Let's actually try and showcase a little bit of what the deck can do, hopefully. Because it has not been functioning at all.
What's it called when you lose the first one, they get the next 2? They call that something.
Reverse sweep?
Yeah, get him with the reverse.
There you
Okay.
go. I want some interactive magic here, so I need to
agree.
draw some lands.
I want interactive magic that Paul wins.
I say,
Alright.
again, I have the same number of fetch
I'm
lands.
going to cut your deck, and I'm going to cut you to a good hand.
Thank you.
That's
seen
a
more
good
than-
7.
Have you seen more than one fetch land over the course of your
No,
3
through,
games?
through 3 games I have seen 1 fetch land.
Wow.
Again, I play 10, I swear.
I've seen more Gaia's Cradles than you've seen fetch lands.
Okay, I'm not keeping this hand. I'm not sure what's going on with my deck, but monocolored land, monocolored land, monocolored land, colorless land.
That's brutal.
I know this is definitely a corner case, but hands like this are why I refuse. I play
Yeah.
2 basics or 1 basic, and then Caracas, and everything else is multicolor.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
that's
I
just
think-
because I hate those hands.
I think
don't know if
yeah,
it's right.
like those utility lands in 4-color decks, I don't really think are worth it.
Well, Beseiju is.
Beseiju is. That's the only one. Like I'm not playing either of the other channel lands, and this is sort of a 4-color deck. But yeah,
it's moist.
I think some of them are, some of them aren't. Castle's still worth it because in like the really grindy matchups, you really like Castle.
Castle's fine.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
don't-
more of a that
yeah.
deck is that entire deck is a meta call. Like you have to build
Yeah.
the deck based on the meta game.
Exactly. That's the thing.
It's really hard to build it blind.
It's hard to judge it in a vacuum because it's entirely based off of what you're up against.
That kind of just
If you want to hear more about how to build mid-range decks, please visit what episode was it? 14? 13?
So,
The-
I don't think we're going to
All
win
about
this if we
mid-range
go to
was,
5.
Like
7?
So,
Early, yeah.
deck has been unkind to us today, but we'll have to rely on it. So,
I believe in you, deck.
I will keep 6. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Would you guys like to reveal your hands?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. I will close my eyes.
We've forgotten in the past.
We have
It's
forgotten
happened.
many times, unfortunately.
That gets there sometimes.
We're getting better. I don't
We
think
will-
we've completely forgotten yet.
We will see. I am good. Go
Okay. I have some cards.
You know,
Yay.
when you look at shiny hands, it's much more disappointing when your hand is less shiny.
Yeah, see, I don't. You're good. I don't really like foils unless like the entire deck is foiled out, and because in Canlander you can't do that with duels. I don't like foils because it just.
I understand. A lot of
They
these
don't
are
match.
from Modern or whatnot. Blooming Marsh, Birds of Paradise. Go ahead.
All right. I will draw. I'm going to play Marsh Flats. I'm gonna fetch. I'm gonna go just get a Badlands, and then I'm gonna Foretold 1/1.
Yep. And this is the Fear.
So both players at 19?
Yep.
Go ahead.
We will duress you.
You can.
Yep.
I've got some cards. Some of them are good.
Take the top.
Okay.
Getting the top will speed up this game.
That's true.
And then I will pass the turn.
Unfortunate.
Cut.
You're good.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I will play with the ones that you know revealed. I feel really bad. I'm gonna play a Volk. I don't lose life off of that. And I'm gonna just dash this. Swing for 2.
Squeak.
Cannot cast that. I will get a treasure, and I'm just gonna sack the treasure, playing out this Shadow Spear. Go to end step. Turn this Ragavan.
Go.
Unfortunate.
Keep. Draw. I'm gonna dash Ragavan.
Sure.
Attack for 2.
15.
Get another treasure. I'm going to shock this, going down to 17.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play the Croxa.
I will discard an Defensa.
Okay. Go to end step. Ragavan comes back.
This is tragic.
This is tragic.
Swamp.
Hey.
Demonic Tutor.
There you go.
DT for a land.
Yep.
That's something. I don't know if this is true, but there's another Highlander podcast called North 100. In an old episode, they said that the most they did some kind. I don't know. They like polled people or something and said the most DT'd for a card was Underground Sea. And
Wow.
I refuse to believe that's true, but this was a couple years ago, so maybe something was different in Victoria back then. But I don't know.
Dash.
Yep.
2.
Swords.
Nope.
30.
Treasure.
I don't know. I mean, it might be true, but I feel like there's other
I'm
combo
gonna
pieces that are probably more common.
That's what I thought. I think
Yeah.
like specific combo pieces.
I will take a Grist.
I mean,
Sure.
End step. Ragavan comes back.
Yep.
Go ahead. I was really hoping for this matchup to be.
I mean, again, I can't help if my deck does not function.
yeah.
Lily.
Yep.
Take down.
Yep.
Goodbye, Grist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Go.
that's cool.
Untap. I'll keep. Draw. Yeah. I'm just gonna sack the treasure and play Bloodbraid.
Sure.
Cascade. Round up Excavator.
Sure.
Go to combat. 3.
Yep.
I'll play the Smarsh Flats from my graveyard. I will fetch. I'm gonna actually shock as well. Because I might get a Blood Crypt untapped and play out Ragavan.
You have spent enough mana on that Ragavan. Shot now.
This Ragavan has been like a 10
7 mana on Ragavan.
I mean, to be fair, it refunded like half of it.
Yeah.
It did.
And then I will pass it off to you.
Alright, well. At least she gets to enter the battlefield once.
There you go.
Saskia, the Unyielding. When she comes into play, I choose a player. When a creature I control deals damage to that player, it deals that much damage to the chosen player. So I will choose Nick.
Mhm.
It has Vigilance and Haste, so I will attack for 3.
I will double block.
Sure, I'll kill the Saskia. Or the
Excavator.
Excavator.
Yep.
And I'll say go.
Untap. Keep. Draw. I'm going to pay 2 and equip the Shadow Spear here.
Yep.
Go to combat. Attack you for 6. I will
I'm at 3.
gain 4 and trigger Ragavan.
I think this game is just unfortunate.
And I will pass the turn.
Oh, I can't even cast both of those. Draw a card.
I'll respond. I'll call a God's command, deal 2 to you, and
I mean, I'd kill
Yeah,
myself
it
by
would
drawing.
be
Yeah.
3 damage
Oh.
anyway.
Oh yeah, because you deal a card. Yeah.
Well, that was pretty tragic.
That
Yeah.
was really
Just
tragic.
just